May can often be our busiest severe weather month of the year in Texas, and the last several days certainly have proven that, with much of Austin seeing quite a bit of a wind-driven hail event yesterday. Some of y'all got over a foot of hail accumulation, which then rapidly melted and flooded everything. Well, guess what? We got more storms on the way, and then a little less active. I almost said quiet. Oh, good gravy, knock on wood. And then as we get into next week, well, June's going to be starting off like we've done the last several days, and unfortunately that means more severe storms. Let's talk about it in this Thursday edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. Good morning, it's Thursday, the 29th of May, 2025. I'm Texas Storm Chasers Baldyinchief, David Reimer. I'll give you one guess as to why they call me Baldyinchief, but it might have something to do with the fact I'm bald and that I'm, well, head honcho here at the magical land of Texas Storm Chasers. That's about it in that marketing idiom department. As you can see, we're very creative here. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about over the next few days. We're going to have more storms, but it doesn't mean it's going to storm where you are in the state every single day over the next week. And there will be days where we're less active. I think Friday, Saturday, maybe some of those days. Beyond that, we're just going to have to wait and see, but we will have storm chances in Texas every single day for the next week. Let's go ahead and focus on today. That's going to be the severe weather outlook for today, tonight, from the Storm Prediction Center. Now, we do already have a couple of severe storms in the Red River Valley, northwest Texas, up in western Texoma with hail, just near Byers, Texas, up from Wichita Falls. Those, if they continue, they may propagate southeast into North Texas this morning. Once you get storms underway at this time of day, it's kind of hard to see them dissipate. But, hey, maybe we'll get lucky. Otherwise, if not, well, we're going to have to keep an eye out for those hailers moving southeast towards the Metroplex by lunchtime. It's just something we're noting in real-time observations. Storm Prediction Center, like yesterday, knowing the potential for severe storms across a decent chunk of the state today. At least isolated severe thunderstorm potential, meaning large hail, damaging winds. In terms of a more focused corridor, severe thunderstorm potential, where there's a bit of a better chance for some rowdy weather today, tonight, and early Friday morning. We're keeping an eye out on West Texas, the Permian Basin, the Big Country, the Concho Valley, North Texas, Central Texas, and the Hill Country. Late this afternoon, well, not even late, honestly. It could be as soon as maybe 1 to 4 p.m. Central Time, probably closer to 2 to 5 p.m. Central Time. We're going to start seeing some isolated scattered storms fire up in the Big Bend, up through the Trans-Pecos, eastern New Mexico, and those storms will begin to slowly move east into the Permian Basin and West Texas. As we go through the afternoon, we're going to see some isolated discrete storms. Those discrete storms, especially in eastern New Mexico, the Permian Basin, West Texas, could become pretty gnarly supercells with the threat of baseball-sized hail, perhaps larger, damaging straight-line winds of at least 70 miles per hour, and there is the bit of a chance of a tornado issue going into the late afternoon, early and mid-evening hours. Storm Prediction Center does highlight the potential for a few tornadoes late this afternoon through the early evening, West Texas, the Permian Basin, into the Big Country, where we do have a small corridor of slightly enhanced tornado potential noted here. Otherwise, like yesterday, the overall tornado threat today, tonight, will be very low. But that doesn't mean things are going to be not particularly active, since as we saw yesterday, damaging winds and hail certainly pose enough of a risk to create quite a ruckus, in addition to the threat of flash flooding. Those storms will grow upscale into a line that moves east late tonight through tomorrow morning across several regions of Texas, truthfully, from northwest Texas, the Big Country, the Concho Valley, into the Edwards Plateau, propagating southeast as a fire engine outside plays with their cue and blows the air horn. That activity will propagate southeast and continue well into the night, and honestly, probably through sunrise Friday, as that line continues to move southeast. We'll show you that now on the high-rise rapid refresh model. Going this afternoon, yeah. You can see those storms out west move it southeast. They eventually do form into a cluster that moves southeast overnight. Big Country, Concho Valley, Hill Country, Central Texas. They even make it into South Central Texas, the Brazos Valley, and the coastal plains around sunrise tomorrow morning, maybe a few hours after, closer to the coast. But Yeah, storms that get going this afternoon out west are going to likely form into clusters that do make it through a good chunk of the state tonight into Friday morning, and the most intense storms will be capable overnight once we're in that line of producing damaging straight line winds, some pocket change size hail, a lot of lightning, and yes, flash flooding potential. So, yep, there you go. It's going to storm. Fire weather outlook the next few days from the Texas A&M Forest Service. As you might expect with this more precipitous weather pattern outside of y'all in the borderland who have high fire danger today, we're looking at low to moderate fire danger this weekend across the state. Here's the longer range American weather model, the global forecast system. We are expecting overall a relatively cloudy weekend across the state with pop-up showers and thunderstorms possible in several regions, especially on Saturday. Now, going into Sunday, you see we actually clear things out. Sunday might be the nicest day. You can see far fewer clouds, storm chances up in Oklahoma, maybe the Panhandle. This model firing up storms in Oklahoma that try to move into North Texas, Northeast Texas Sunday evening. Monday morning, we'll see. Monday afternoon, dry line fires its happy self back up with scattered storms from the eastern Panhandle, Big Country, Concho Valley, Edwards Plateau. Those may be an issue for Texoma, North Texas, Central Texas Monday evening. Going into Tuesday afternoon, guess what? We do it again, where we have remnant boundaries left over from storms. We could see additional thunderstorms fire up. Especially if this is right, we're going to have a bit of a cool front draped across the Permian Basin, Big Country, Texoma, North Texas, and that would be a focal point for storm development. As you could see by the extended range of this model, Wednesday would be one particularly interesting day in terms of storms and heavy rain. However, I want to emphasize the longer range weather models have not done a particularly good job of handling things over the last couple of weeks in terms of the smaller scale upper level storm systems that move overhead. And so we're not going to get all caught up on the specifics of timing, specific severe weather threat, besides saying it's going to be early June. There's going to be a lot of instability to work with. It does look like we'll still have some upper level wind shear in the southern United States. So we're probably going to be getting a bit busy next week with thunderstorm chances with hail, wind, flash flooding. Beyond that, it's too soon to be specific on which days or, the extent of each specific severe weather threat. But active weather will continue next week, even if we get a bit of a break this weekend. Forecast rain totals through Monday night and Tuesday morning, the 2nd and 3rd of June. You can see, we've got rain chances across nearly all of Texas. Now, don't get all caught up on the spooky colors here and exactly who gets what. If you end up under a heavy storm over the next 5 days, you're going to get an inch or two of rain in like 30 minutes, probably. So the best chance of that, the Big Country, the Edwards Plateau, the Hill Country, Central Texas, Big Bend, yeah, I guess the Big Bend too, Big Country, Concho Valley, etc., North Texas, Texoma. But if you end up under one of these heavier storms, you're going to get a pretty good amount of rain quickly. So that's possible in several regions of the state. Temperatures over the next 5 days. Today, we're looking at highs only in the upper 60s in the Panhandle, thanks to a rain-cooled air mass north of a cool front. Otherwise, everyone else, guess what? You're in the 80s and 90s, probably near triple digits in the Trans-Pecos into the Edwards Plateau. On Friday, that boundary shifts farther south, leaving highs in the 70s across the northern two-thirds of Texas to near 80 degrees. We'll have upper 80s to 90s southern third of Texas. On Saturday, warming back up, but still seasonably cool for late May. This will be the last day of May, in fact. The 31st, we're looking at highs in the 80s across Texas with maybe a couple 90s in South Texas. Still, it's not bad for the last day of May, truthfully. Going into Sunday, the 1st of June, that's more like it for a early summer-like appearance with temperatures in the low to mid-90s statewide. And then on Monday, return of 100s down in the Rio Grande Plains and Edwards Plateau. We're looking at upper 80s to low 90s across the state. And again, we'll be dealing with plenty of thunderstorm chances next week, which means going into, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, temperatures may drop back off again, thanks to an abundant amount of cloud cover and precipitation chances. That'll be it for your Thursday edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. We will need to keep an eye on storms heading into the afternoon and evening. We'll do our best to bring you live coverage if necessary. I'm going to be traveling again today, unfortunately. Truth be told, I'm going to be traveling through Sunday. A lot of planes. So that's going to make the live video coverage difficult. Still, We have folks out there, they'll be chasing. We're going to do our best to bring you frequent updates on here in our post section, and of course our weather blog, our mobile app, all that hoopla, and on the social media platforms we participate on. You can get your local weather forecast, interactive weather radar, daily Texas weather roundups, and more in the free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app. Just search for Texas Storm Chasers where you download apps for your device. And as always, keep an eye on the sky. Y'all have a great Thursday. God bless. We'll chat with you soon.